Hi, in today's episode, I'm going to take you through the blooming of my orchid. Very excited because these flowers are even better than when I first bought this at the shop 2 years ago. So I just want to take you through my journey on how my orchids have grown and the process that worked for me anyway. As you can see, the flowers are beautiful. This is the larger moth orchid, and at the bottom, the purple one is the sort of like a mini moth orchid. This one I got a year ago, so it's the first time that it's blooming for me in my care. And then this white one is the second time that it's blooming for me after I bought it. So very, very excited to see so many flowers. Last year, September 2024, was the first time it bloomed for me. And as you can see, orchids in the wild, they grow on trees. So it's sort of like a vine. It attaches to tree trunks and branches, and it gets its nutrients from the air and the moisture from the air, so it grows in quite humid climates. And once I understood this, I was able to keep these orchids alive. I cannot tell you how many I've killed trying to get them to survive in my care. These orchid pots, as you can see, are specifically for orchids. The underneath of the pot is recessed so that once the water drains through, it's not still sitting in water. And this is quite important because the roots should be wet, like I hope you can see, but it shouldn't be like soggy. It shouldn't be sitting and soaking in a lot of water, because in their natural habitat, obviously they don't do that when they are growing on trees. That potting mix I find is better for me anyway than the one that the purple orchids are growing in, because it sort of allows the water to drain through a lot better than the moss that most of the orchids come in. I can't remember the name of the moss, so I'll have to put that up on screen. But as you can see, this is September, 14th of September this year, and it started sprouting. The leaves, obviously, this leaf is new. It took about a year. The one at the back there is a year old, so it's looking a bit sad. And then this branch sort of started growing. I would say around about beginning of August, and then it obviously developed long enough to then develop buds on it. And this for me was so exciting. You can see the brown at the bottom there. That's where the first growth happened. And then about a month later, the second half of that stem grew, and then the buds kind of happened almost as quickly. And with this one on the left hand side, that little runner, that started first, and then the stem with the buds grew. So also 14th of August, I took that video. And you can see this one is almost ready to open. Because it's smaller, I think it uses less energy to produce its flowers. What I am worried about is the leaves. I'm not happy with the quality of the leaves. And that's why I don't think the moss that's in that pot is great. And then we move on to about the 21st of September. And you can see now that the buds are a little bit bigger, and the branch is a little bit longer. And it's just, I was so excited. By this stage, I could not wait. But I was also very happy that the leaves are looking really good. And in the same day, the 21st of September, you can see these buds have already started opening. And yeah, the moss here, I'm not happy with. It sort of retains water a bit too well. So when I do replant this, I'm going to try and use the same potting mix as the larger moth orchid. But this is just, it's so pretty. It's the first time, like I said, it's blooming for me in my house after I bought it. And you can see there is a very tiny piece of leaf that's starting to develop, which I'm very happy about, because then it means that the plant is going to thrive. Without the leaves, you're not going to have a plant that's going to flowers. So for me, keeping the leaves healthy is very important. And like I said, I'm not too happy with the leaves on that smaller one. Then we come to the 25th of September, just a few days later, and these look like it's almost about to open. And so I'm like eagerly waiting to see what it would look like and how long it will take. I've realized that orchids, the flowers last a long time. The leaves last a long time. I mean, like I said, this leaf that's kind of drooping at the bottom there, it's a year old. So you can just imagine how long this plant survives. So in order for it to bloom, it also takes a very long time. It takes its time. Finally, on the 16th of October, the buds started opening, or a few days before actually. It started opening, and you can see the quality of the flower is just stunning. I cannot get over it. It's just so beautiful. This was the 27th of October, where the rest of the buds have opened. And I'm just so blown away with this because I feel like, it's something I've accomplished. I've managed to keep it alive. I've managed to get it to bloom 2 years in a row. And I can tell you the only thing I've done with this is I use water from my fish tank, which already has a lot of nutrients in it. So, for those of you that are interested, I've got a channel on my fish tanks, which is called Grumpy Fish, and you can check that out. But obviously, not everybody has fish tanks. So, what I can recommend is a really good quality liquid fertilizer that you use to water your plants. Because it needs to get its nutrients from somewhere. But for me, the fish tank water seems to be working not only for my orchids, but all my plants. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.